video walkthrough on a Heartland Pioneer. Start in the back. You are pre-wired for a backup camera. Now this doesn't have a backup camera, you're just strictly pre-wired for one. So if you choose to have one, just to let someone know, or you can purchase it here or at many of other camping worlds or anywhere that sells those Freon cameras. And they're relatively easy to install. It does use power from those marker lights up there. So the running lights on your tow vehicle need to be on for the camera to work. This back storage system folds down. You just pull these pins right here out of this and slide this large pin out both sides. Make sure you do repin it in here so it's not resting directly on the bumper. And this has a 200-pound storage limit minus the weight of the tire. So this weighs about 20 pounds, so you get about 180 pounds of storage on that gate while it's down. You have a cable inlet right here. If you're going somewhere that provides cable, you can hook it up through here and be able to watch cable TV inside. City water connection. This is where you can hook your hose up to. You'll be able to run everything off of city water pressure. You won't need to use your pump or anything like that. This does not come with a hose. That's going to be a separate purchase. Outdoor shower, both hot and cold, and then this comes out, and then you just kind of shove it back in. Clip it here. Just like that. Bumper caps come off. That's going to be the perfect spot to store your sewer hose. That's another thing these do not come with. That will have to be something you purchase on your own. This is a sewer hose, but you can pull these caps off and store it in there. Shore cord, 30 amp shore cord. This is yours. This plugs in, twist the lock, and then you can also tighten this up on there to keep it from getting unplugged on you. Slide seals. Every once in a while you are going to want to inspect them, make sure they're not dry, cracked, or rotted or like that. We do provide a service called a slide out maintenance. What we do is we clean these, spray on the protectant, which is like a foam spray with some silicone in it, wipe it off, keep them moisturized, and then we put a spray-on lubricant on the rails over there to keep the rails lubricated. Now both the products we use to perform this we sell here, so if you choose to buy those and do it yourself, you could do that. Definitely recommend getting something like that done once a year. I'm going to come around to the other side, all the way to the other side. Oh. Alrighty then. We're going to go back to the other side because there's something I forgot to show you guys. My bad. We'll go back over here. Well, that's half this video is going to be me walking around. There you go. I was thinking it was on the other side. It's tucked up under here. So this is where you're going to dump your tanks. So these are all the way in the way they are now. So the one on your left is your gray water, and the one on your right is your black water. Your gray water is like your shower and sink water. Your black water is your toilet water. Definitely recommend making sure those handles are all the way in like they are now before you take your cap off. And then I do my black tank first, let that get all the way dumped, and then I do gray tank. That'll flush the hose out. So when you pick it up to move it, to put it in your bumper for storage, it's not dripping in black tank water. Now we're back over here, past the storage, a couple cranks. One will be a backup for your slide out. Other is your backup for your stabilizer jacks, which you put in right there to use as a backup just in case the motors were to fail. Up here, plenty of good information up here. Get your VIN, which is important. You'll have paperwork with that on it too. Excuse me, your gross vehicle weight rating. It's also important. 9,000 pounds. That's not the dry weight of this trailer. That's the weight of, that's the most this trailer will ever weigh. So that includes dry weight of the trailer in cargo carrying capacity and weight of water and whatnot. So your cargo carrying capacity, weight of the cargo should never exceed 2,196 pounds. And a full load of water equals 390 pounds. So you're gonna add those up and subtract those from that. Then you get your approximate dry weight of your trailer. All right. Now, there's a good number right there. Well, you have two. Sorry, this is gonna be your correct cargo carrying capacity, not this sticker. This one, yellow one, 1,806 pounds, plus your water, which is 340 pounds. But like I was saying, the most important number right here is 65 PSI. That's what your tires are filled to at right now. That's what you're gonna want to check them before every trip. Definitely recommend checking them before every trip, just so you know they're at the right pressure. You can avoid a low tire or a blowout from it being under pressurized. Battery, it's a Group 24 RV marine grade battery. In the winter, I recommend taking the battery out, storing it somewhere a lot warmer than where you would have the trailer stored outside. A garage, basement, shed. Anything's warmer than being sat out all winter, because these do not like the winter. They're harsh on them. You could come back and have their battery be dead. Dual 20 pound cylinders, rather, freshly filled, so you don't have to worry about getting them filled. Right in the middle, this is your regulator. This is what regulates the flow of propane. This is also your selector. It's an automatic changeover regulator, so you can see the selector right here. It says supply, and it's pointing to this tank. I'm going to pull propane from this tank first. If you were to have both tanks on, and this one were to get emptied, or whichever one you have it selected to first, if that one were to get emptied, a little diaphragm in here that opens up, and it'll automatically switch to pulling from the other tank. However, this doesn't rotate when it switches over. So it doesn't tell you it has switched tanks. So keep that in the back of your mind. And then some people think if you put it in the middle, it'll pull from both tanks equally. It doesn't work that way. It's one or the other. Power tongue jack with a light. Beats hand cranking every day of the week. Behind this rubber grommet is a spot to put a socket. 3/4 inch socket, which is the same size as one of these backups. The same one you would use as a backup for that one right there. So if the power tongue jack were to fail, you can still raise and lower it in order to get it off your truck if need be. 7-way. This is what's going to hook to the back of your truck to allow your trailer lights and brakes to work. Then your chains, you're going to cross them, obviously, when you hook up. And then this will get hooked. This will get hooked to your truck as well. That's hooked to that box. There's a pin in that box. If the trailer were to come undone from your tow vehicle, it's going to pull the pin out of the box, activate the brakes on the trailer. I always recommend before you tow this, give it a quick check to make sure the pin is in the box, because if you pull it with a pin out of the box, you could ruin your brakes and you'll flat spot your tires. And then you do have a propane cover, so you don't have to take this completely off to get access to your propane. You can loosen these, flip them over, lift the lid up, and get access from here. Over here, other side of that storage compartment. Right here, you have your stabilizers. These are stabilizer jacks, not leveling jacks. So if you want your trailer to be level, you're going to use your tongue jack, which is that jack up front, to raise and lower the front to get the level front to back. If you want it level side to side, as you're backing in, you're going to put blocks under your tires to get it level side to side. Then you would lower these, snug them down to the ground, and that gets all the shake and shimmy out of them. It stabilizes them, hence the name. There you go. There's a self-resetting breaker in these, so if you would overextend them, it'll trip the breaker. But if the breaker doesn't react in time, you could risk amping out the motor or bending these jacks. So do not try to use these jacks to lift up the trailer. It has a set of these in the rear too. They work exactly the same as the front. You have extend and retract button right there. Yep. Come along to here. Outdoor power. It's GFCI protected. all your GFCIs are on the same circuit. If one were to get tripped, they will all get tripped. Once I go inside, we'll show you where to reset that is. You also have a cable outlet out here, so you can hook a TV up here, watch through your cable, or from the antenna, watch TV outside. Pressure water fill, this is where you're going to fill your onboard fresh tank. Just rest your hose in there, turn it on. And with gravity fill, do not leave unattended, obviously. Wait for it to read full on your monitoring panel inside, and we'll show you that in a minute. It's up in there. Or I'd rather wait down there. Don't wait until you hear water squirt out to tell that it's full. Then below that, you have a black tank flush. So you can hook your hose to here when you're dumping the black tank. Turn the hose on, there's a small nozzle in the tank that'll kind of help spray off the walls of the tank. Keep the sensors clear, keep any extra debris, get it flushed out so it doesn't smell all the time. This long one right there, this one right here, that's your drain for your fresh tank. We filled it a little bit to test the pump and everything and whatnot. So that's where you drain it. Definitely recommend draining it after every trip. You don't want it sitting half full of water. It'll start to get stagnant. These two ones are low point drains, so those are used for when you winterize. Or if you're gonna not be in your trailer for a couple of days, you can open these up and it'll drain some of the water out of the lines. Alright. Next to that, you have your water heater. Water heater is super simple to use. The only thing you folks will have to do is put your drain plug in. This plug goes in there. Get it started by hand. 15/16 is the socket size. I use a short socket with an extension and a ratcheting wrench. That's just the easiest for me. They do make a tool you can buy here that's got a 7/8 and a 15/16 on each end. So it's more like a box end wrench, so you have to use it like this. I don't like using it because I scrape my knuckles on here and whatnot. So I just bought a cheap ratcheting wrench and socket and whatnot, and I keep that with my camper at home. So I'll always be there with that. Once you have the plug in, as soon as you hook up water, whether it be from your city water or your pump pulling from your fresh tank, it'll start filling. Once it's full, you can kick it on the controls on the inside. Besides that, definitely recommend cleaning it every once in a while, in here and down in there. Just keep the whole area clean. And then just like your fresh water, like recommend draining it after every trip. You don't want it sitting half full of water for a couple of weeks because it'll start to be stagnant. So before you pull your plug out to drain it, shut off all sources of water. Then you're going to open up your pressure relief here. Water will squirt out here. That's fine. Everything out here is designed to get wet. Once it stops squirting out, snap that closed, and then you can take the plug out. If you neglect to do that and you take this plug out, you're going to get a bath. So make sure you relieve the pressure first. Right about here, range hood. So this is the exhaust vent for your range hood. If you're running your fan, make sure you open it. If not, when you're traveling and we're overnight, I like to close mine so no insects make their way in there. Exhaust for your furnace, just keep it clean. Same thing with your fridge vent, just clean it. Up in here they make screens you can buy for this as well as this. They do not recommend you run the furnace with the screen on, but people do it all the time. I've seen it. I'm just telling you, people, they recommend you not run it with it on. Alright. Controls for the back stabilizer jacks works the same as the front one. Remember, they're not meant to handle the weight of the trailer. Mini fridge only works when this trailer is plugged in. And then you have temperature controls over there for it too. Outdoor kitchen, this slides out. You have a quick disconnect here. So you just line these little tabs up right there. Those holes, put it in, twist this. Locks right in there. You have hot and cold. The sink basin has no way to drain because this does slide in and out. Then you have an outdoor cooktop with a propane line right here. You have to take this propane line right here, hook it up to that quick disconnect right there, and then there's a valve you have to open up. Now since this is in the back, it will take a little while to light, especially if you had just turned your propane on. And then always recommend latching this, because even though this door closes on it, you don't want it sliding in and out slightly, repeatedly hitting the inside of this door. So always latch it. A few more things on the outside. All your sealant around this, on all the fixtures and whatnot, is warranted through Camping World for 90 days. That's just some excess sealant that needs wiped off. They will detail this for you and clean it. All the sealant on everything is warranted through Camping World for 90 days. After that, it's on you guys to take care of it. Tube it clear, and a couple times a year, just go around spot sealing it. Your roof has its own warranty. The only way to keep warranty on your roof is proof of regular maintenance, and that involves every once in a while taking a peek up there. Since there is no ladder, it's not walkable, but you can get up there, just put something on there to kind of spread your weight across, a foam pad or anything like that. What you're looking for is cracks in the roof material, gaps in the sealant. If you do any work yourself, keep your receipts, take pictures before and after. That way you can document any work you've done on your roof. Once a year, I definitely recommend getting what's done a rubber roof maintenance, and you can do that or we do it. We deck scrub the roof, make sure it's clean as we can get it, and then we put on a UV protectant, and that's going to keep the sun from drying the material out. And then if you do tow this often, well, it doesn't matter if you tow it often or not. If you do tow it, recommend bearing repacks once a year. If you have it at a permanent site and you only have to move it every once in a while, a little bit less intervals. And then last thing on the outside, that little nut right there, same crank you can use for the backup for the tongue jack, is your manual backup for your slide out. Alright, we'll come on into the inside. Has some controls here, controls for your slide out, in and out, awning, in and out. Awning does not stop automatically when it's reached its outward position, so you'll have to visually look at it and stop in the order of, in interest of saving time. We won't go all the way out, but they are adjustable. There's a chart on how to do that right here. You use these pins, and it won't work the way it is. To raise and lower, basically increase or decrease the distance here, which pitches the end of the awning down or up. So if it's rainy, you can have water run off to the corner rather than all the way along the edge. If you roll it out, if you have it out during the rain, that's fine. That's why you can pitch the awning to kind of adjust it. But if you're starting to get heavy gusts of wind, starting to become a big rainstorm, roll your awning in. It's not worth the wind ripping it off or tearing the fabric or bending the arms. And then if you roll it in wet, as soon as you get the chance to, roll it back out to let it dry. A couple light switches, one on the left here. LED lights on the awning, one on the right. Interior lights. This turns on and off. The pre-wired, it doesn't have it. It's just pre-wired for WineGuard Wi-Fi. And you have some more switches here. One on the right does blue LEDs underneath, as well as on the exterior speakers. One on the left does LEDs in here as well. Monitoring panel here, so you can read how full your black tank is and your gray tank, as well as your fresh. We're draining it now, and then battery voltage. Battery will always read that number, 12.3, when you're plugged in. You can turn your water pump on and off. Remember, you need to use your water pump if you're pulling from your fresh tank. If you're using city, you don't need it. Water heater on gas and electric. You can run them both at once. If you are going to use gas, or electric rather, make sure there's water in it or you're going to burn out the heating element. And then gas is quicker to get hot. Obviously, electric is more energy efficient when it comes to fuel because it uses none. That's pretty much it for over there. We'll just do a quick bedroom tour. Light switch for the bedroom right up here. Outlet on that side. Outlet on that side. Light above the bed. This is where the pre-wired is for the WineGuard. Emergency exit, very simple to use. Lift up like this. Push out. You can use it as a normal window if it was emergency. You just push this out and jump out the window. What above here? Coax outlet. This is your booster for your antenna. So if you can use your antenna, turn it on. If you're using cable, turn it off. Outlet for TV. And then you can feel there's a backer right here to put a TV. And you can feel over here, there's a stud right here. You could do one here too. If you're gonna do it on the exterior wall, always figure out where you want the mount, feel around, mark it, and then use like a smaller brad nail to make sure that there is something behind there. And if you buy a mount from like Walmart or from us, take the screws that come with it, throw them out, find some shorter ones because they're usually too long and you'll poke a hole through the outside of your camper. And that is not warrantable. Another spot for TV, coax outlet, regular outlet. And then you have a pass through here, so you can have like a DVD player or a Blu-ray player here, or a game console there. Radio right here is very simple to use. Power on. These change your channels.
Much younger.
Volume right here. Modes, so you can select between like auxiliary and Bluetooth modes. Settings right there, you can go through your settings, change your display. Presets, push and hold to save a preset. USB and then auxiliary. Then you have zones right here, so it says band. If you tap it, it changes the band. AM, FM, whatnot. If you tap and hold, it turns zone 1 off. Zone 1 is your interior speakers, so it turns the interior speakers off, so now it's just the exterior ones. And then you can turn that back on. Zone 1 on. And then the other one is mute, so if you tap it, it mutes it. But if you tap and hold, it turns zone 2 off, so it's turning the exterior speakers off. You can see how that could be useful. You can kind of balance what speakers are on or off, so if someone's taking a nap inside, or if it's late at night, and you don't want to bother your neighbors, you can do that too. Microwave works like a standard microwave, only works if the camper's plugged in. Cooktop, very simple to use. Fold this up and back. This will act as a backsplash when open. When closed, it can give you a little extra counter space. To light these, you just turn these to light, see, and then twist the igniter, light right up. The gas is off, so obviously it won't light. All 3 burners work the same way. Oven works a little bit different. You turn that to pilot on, push and hold in as you're pushing and holding it in on pilot. You're gonna go down in there and you're gonna manually light that pilot in there. I recommend getting like a long barbecue lighter. Once you're confident the pilot is lit, you can then turn that to your desired temperature and you're good to go. If you could turn it off, if you turn it off, the pilot on, shuts the burners off but leaves the pilot on. That way you don't have to relight it. Definitely recommend turning that pilot completely off before you go to bed or before you leave your trailer unattended for any extended period of time. Light and fan. Fan takes a while to spin up on these Greystone ones. There you go. Turn it right back off. Right over here is a propane and carbon monoxide alarm that is hardwired to the 12-volt system, so there's no batteries you have to worry about changing with that. Refrigerator is super simple to use. You have on or off, so on, off, and then auto, gas. Recommend just leaving on auto. Auto is going to default to 110, so if you're plugged in, that's what it's going to want to use. But if someone would accidentally unplug you, the campground would lose power. It's going to automatically switch to running off of propane, provided your propane to be on. Now, whether you're running gas or electric, this will take 8 to 10 hours to get to operating temperature, so please keep that in mind. Lights in your slide out both turn on and off at the fixtures itself. That one has a button over there. This turns into a bed, so you grab up underneath here, lift up, pull out. Bed for somebody, as well as some storage underneath it. And then you also do have lights and USB ports in the cup holders. This couch does plug into a regular 120 outlet, so those features won't work if the camper's not plugged in. Table here turns into a bed. It's very simple. Lift it up, pop them legs off, set them aside. Table will rest on these little shelves right here. Then you're going to organize your cushions to fill in that gap to create a platform to sleep on. Sliding door to the bedroom, rear bedroom. Undoes like that. When you are traveling, please retain it like that so it's not going everywhere. Bathroom. First thing you see is a GFCI outlet with the reset button. All your GFCIs are on this outlet circuit, so if any of them were to trip, this is the outlet you're going to come hit reset on. All your GFCI outlets have this sticker on it too, so you can tell. Toilet's very simple. As long as you're pushing the pedal, it's going to continue to flush. Shower is basic too. Hot and cold to turn it to your shower. Turn the knobs on and then pull this up. That diverts water to your shower head. And then you do have a fan here. You can crank the lid up here and then turn it on with the switch right here. Turns on your fan. Definitely recommend running your fan when you're taking a shower. Come in here, your thermostat's very simple to use. The first mode will ask what fan mode you want, auto, high, or low. I recommend running on auto. It's going to allow your AC to cycle on and off to help regulate your temperature. auto is going to allow it. High and low will allow it continue to run, which may result in it freezing up because it doesn't stop. And then you have to wait for it to thaw to run it again. So just leave it on auto is my recommendation. Tap it again, you go to cool. Tap it again, you go to furnace. So cool goes to 55, furnace goes to 90. Last little bit of advice of these is they can be a little finicky. If you accidentally hit up and down at the same time, if I can get it to do it. Switches to Celsius. Just hit up and down again to go back to Fahrenheit. Light switch. So the light's in the bedroom, rear bedroom, bunkhouse. 4 bunks, so you do sleep a lot of here. Both top bunks have a 200-pound capacity. Yes. And then another spot for a TV in here, coax outlet, regular outlet. Plenty of storage in here. Yeah, that's pretty much it for in here. Last little bit of related issues in here. Well, not issues, but I don't know why I said issues. Related things. Breaker box. So you have all your breakers for your 120 volt appliances, and then your fuses. You have all your fuses for your 12 volts. You have 240s. The rest are 15s. I recommend buying a box of assorted fuses. Mostly some 15s. Maybe keep some spare 40s with you, just in case. All right, and then one more safety feature. Smoke alarm. It uses your standard 9-volt batteries. So when they start giving you low voltage chirps, just replace those batteries. And then you also have a fire extinguisher right there. All right. Well, that concludes our virtual walkthrough of your Heartland Pioneer. Hope you found the video informative. Hope you guys enjoy using this trailer. I really like these bunkhouses because I sleep a lot and they're nicely set up. So I hope you guys enjoy it too. And goodbye.